In every shadow, a story waits to be told, a lesson hidden in the silence. This is where it begins.
Michael, what is it? I can't continue with this. I've been trying to tolerate everything, but I can't anymore. What did I ever do to her? Why does she always treat me this way? You told me to keep up with this nonsense she keeps doing. And I did, because I love you, because I want to be with you. But now, this is just too much for me to handle. If she doesn't like me for you, then let's just end this right now. Michael, come on, Grace. Why would you say such a thing? Please bear with Mom a little longer. I'll talk to her. Stay here. I'll be right back. Let me talk to Mom. Michael walks inside. Mom, what is going on? Why do you keep treating Grace this way? What happened? Mom, I don't want her for you. Michael, why don't you want her for me? Why? Mom, I just don't like her for you. She's evil. Michael, who told you she's evil? She's not evil. She's the woman I love and I want to spend the rest of my life with her. Mom, never. You will never spend the rest of your life with her. Over my dead body. Michael, you really want to do this the hard way? Don't make me choose between you and Grace. Trust me. You won't like how it ends. And it seems like you don't even care about me, your own son. If you truly cared, you'd be happy for me, instead of saying she's not good enough. Mom, I said what I said. I've already picked a girl for you to marry. Michael laughs faintly. You can't be serious. Mom, I'm completely serious. Michael, well then, I guess you'll be the one marrying her. Michael walks out of the room. When he gets outside, he sees Grace crying. Michael, come on, stop crying. Let's go home. I'm sorry for the way my mom spoke to you and for how she always treats you. All I ever wanted was for the two of you to work things out, because the both of you are the most important people in my life, and I don't want to choose between you. That's why I wanted your relationship with Mom to work. That's all I wanted. Grace, that's what I want too, but it feels like she hates me. I don't even know what I did to deserve the way she treats me. She even went as far as calling me a witch. Michael looks confused. He doesn't know what to do anymore. He doesn't know how to make his mom accept Grace. He doesn't even understand why his mom dislikes her or why she treats her so harshly. Michael, I really don't know what to do anymore, Grace. I don't know why Mom keeps acting this way, but I need to find out. Michael and Grace get into the car and drive off. When they get home, Grace is still sad. Michael pulls Grace closer, wiping her tears. Stop crying, pumpkin. Please stop crying. We'll get to the root of this, I promise. Grace wraps her arms around Michael's neck. I trust you, and I'll listen to you. I can feel that everything will work out, just like you said. Michael, I just wish Mom could at least try to get to know you better. She'd see how different you are, that you have such a beautiful soul. Tears begin to roll down Michael's cheeks. Grace, stop crying. Do you want to make me cry too? Come on, don't make me cry. Michael, my sadness, it's mixed with happiness. Every time I look at you, I say to myself, I'm the luckiest man alive. You're everything I've ever wanted in a woman. And I promise, I'll never stop loving you. I'll never leave you. Grace, I trust you. I know you won't leave me. Michael pulls her even closer and kisses her cheek. Grace blushes. Her heart races. She closes her eyes and feels Michael's warm breath on her skin. He leans in slowly, and this time his lips meet hers. He gently lifts her up and carries her to the bed. They kiss deeply and make love. The next morning, Michael wakes up. He gently kisses Grace on the cheek. Not wanting to wake her, he carefully gets out of bed and heads straight to the kitchen. Once there, he begins preparing breakfast. He cracks eggs into a bowl and starts whisking them. Suddenly, he feels arms wrapped tightly around his waist. He turns and sees Grace smiling at him. Her hair is messy and she's wearing his shirt. Her eyes glow as she holds him from behind. Grace, good morning, handsome. Michael, good morning, gorgeous. She leans in and kisses him. Grace, what are you making for breakfast? Michael, just something light. Bread, tea, and fried eggs. Grace, all right then. Continue, I'll just stand here and watch you do your magic. Michael, that's great, go on. Grace smiled and sat on the couch, watching Michael as he made breakfast. Suddenly, she turned on some music and started dancing. She moved freely, joyfully, unaware that Michael had turned around and was now completely mesmerized by her. She danced so beautifully, every move full of life and ease. Michael couldn't take his eyes off her. While Grace continued dancing, she suddenly smelled something burning. She turned quickly and saw Michael still staring at her. Grace screams, Michael, you're burning it. She raised one eyebrow playfully. Grace, you're burning the eggs. Michael, oh my God, I forgot. You caused this. He rushed to the pan. Part of the eggs were already burnt. Grace snuck up behind him and smiled warmly. Grace, I love how you look at me. Michael, smiling. Come on, let's eat already. I'm hungry. Michael sat and offered to feed her. They laughed and playfully fed each other. Later that day, Michael got dressed and left for work. When he returned in the evening, Grace noticed the sound of the door and quickly ran to open it. She welcomed him with a sweet, tight hug. "Michael, I missed you." "Grace, I missed you more. Go freshen up. I'll serve dinner." They both ate together. After dinner, Grace's face turned sad and serious. "Grace, Michael, Mom called me." Michael paused and looked up at her. "Grace, she said she'll be here tomorrow. She also said she doesn't want to see me in your house when she arrives. That if she sees me, she'll kill me." "Michael, this is your house too. She's just bluffing. She can't do anything. She can't even kill a rat." Grace hugged Michael tightly. "Grace, I'm scared. She said she'd be here by 5 p.m. tomorrow evening." "Michael, all right. I'll be home by 4 p.m. The next morning." Michael woke up early, got dressed for work, and walked over to Grace, who was still lying in bed. He leaned in, kissed her forehead softly. "Michael, I'll be back. Please take care of yourself." Then he quietly left for work. It was 12 p.m. at noon. Grace was inside the house when she suddenly heard a knock at the door. Grace, to herself, who could this be? She stepped outside to check. As she approached the gate, she saw it was Michael's mom. She paused. She thought about going back inside to get her phone and call Michael, to let him know his mother had arrived. But she felt going back in and leaving his mom outside would be disrespectful. So she went ahead and opened the gate. Immediately after the gate opened, Michael's mom walked in and slapped her. Hard. Grace, screaming, "Why did you slap me?" Without a word, Michael's mom slapped her again. Before Grace could say anything else, the lady who came with Michael's mom suddenly pushed Grace to the floor and began hitting her. Meanwhile, at work, Michael was feeling uneasy. He couldn't shake the discomfort in his chest. He decided to call Grace. She wasn't picking up. He called again, still no answer. Without hesitation, Michael stood up from his desk and rushed out of the office. As he approached the building gate, he called out to the security guard. "Michael, please open the gate. If the manager asks, tell him I had to rush home for something urgent." The guard nodded and Michael sped off in his car. He kept calling Grace, but she still wasn't answering. His heart was pounding. He drove fast, almost getting into an accident at one point, but he didn't stop. When he finally arrived at the house, the gate was wide open. What he saw shattered him. Grace was lying on the floor, unconscious. Michael's mom and another lady were on top of her, beating her mercilessly. She wasn't moving. Michael screamed in rage and ran towards them. He forcefully pushed both women off Grace's body. He dropped to his knees and held Grace gently. His eyes were filled with pain and anger as he stared at his mother and the lady. He carried Grace into the car and drove straight to the hospital, speeding the whole way. At the hospital, she was immediately attended to. Michael paced anxiously outside the ward, his hands shaking. After an hour, the doctor finally came out. Michael rushed to him. "Michael, doctor, how is she doing?" "Doctor, are you her husband?" "Michael, yes, I am. Please tell me what's going on. What happened to her?" The doctor sighed, his expression serious. "Doctor, you didn't know she's pregnant? Going through something this traumatic. She could have lost the baby." Michael stood frozen, his heart in his throat, shocked, angry, and afraid. "Michael, she's pregnant?" "Doctor, yes, she's pregnant. She almost lost the baby due to the trauma." Michael's eyes widened, anger boiled inside him. Michael, clenching his fists. "Please, doctor, can I see her?" "Doctor, not right now. She's resting. Give it an hour. She should wake up and then you can go in." "Michael, please take good care of her. I'll be right back. I have something to take care of." "Doctor," raising an eyebrow. "What could possibly be more important than being by your wife's side?" "Michael, I'll be back. I promise. I need to deal with the people who did this to her." Without waiting for a response, Michael stormed out of the hospital, got into his car, and sped off. He drove straight to the police station and reported the assault. Within minutes, he was back on the road with 2 officers in a patrol car following him. When they arrived at his house, it was empty. His mom and the woman, Cynthia, were gone. "Michael, I know where they are." He jumped back into his car and led the officers straight to his mother's home. As they approached, Michael spotted them sitting casually outside, chatting as if nothing had happened. He stepped out of the car and pointed at them. "Michael, those 2. They attacked my wife. They nearly killed her and my unborn child." The police officers immediately arrested both women and took them to the station. At the station, the interrogation began. Officer 1, to Michael's mom, "Why did you attack Michael's wife?" "Michael, please don't go easy on them. They almost destroyed 2 lives." The officers didn't hold back. They began interrogating both suspects harshly. Michael's mother finally broke the silence. Michael's mom, "She's a witch." Officer 2, "A what?" Michael's mom, "A witch. My pastor told me. He warned me that if I don't get rid of her, she'll kill my son." The room went silent. The officers looked at each other, stunned. Officer 1, "What do you mean by that? Has she ever harmed you physically?" Michael's mom, "No, she hasn't." Officer 2, "Then what makes you think she's a witch?" Michael's mom, Because my pastor said so. The officers shook their heads in disbelief. One of them turned to Cynthia, the woman who helped with the assault. Officer 1, and you? Why did you attack Grace? Cynthia stayed silent. Officer 1, raising his voice. Answer the question, Cynthia screamed suddenly. Cynthia, no. Officer 2, then why did you attack her? Cynthia trembled, tears forming in her eyes, but she didn't answer yet. Cynthia stayed silent, shaking with fear. The officer shouted again. Officer 1, speak up. Why did you attack Grace? Tears burst from her eyes as she finally screamed. Cynthia, my dad told me to. He told me to go with her. He said I should beat up the lady. He said if possible I should kill her. Officer 2, shocked. Who is your father? Cynthia, trembling. The pastor? The room fell into stunned silence. The officers exchanged looks, then immediately radioed in for backup. A unit was dispatched. Within minutes, the police arrived at the so-called pastor's home. As they got there, they saw him packing a bag, clearly attempting to flee. He froze when he saw them. The officers rushed in and arrested him on the spot. Back at the station, the fake pastor sat under bright lights, sweating, his hands cuffed to the table. Michael stood just outside, listening quietly, fists clenched. Officer 1, we can do this the easy way, or the hard way. Why did you tell your daughter to attack Grace? The man hesitated. The officers leaned forward. Officer 2, why? He let out a shaky breath and began to confess. Fake pastor. I told Michael's mom that Grace was a witch. I lied. I made it up just to turn her against Grace. So Michael would leave her and marry my daughter Cynthia. Officer 1, you told Cynthia to beat her? Fake pastor. Yes. I told her to go with Michael's mom. To make sure she hurt Grace. If possible, kill her. Officer 2, furious. Why? Why would you do something so wicked? Fake pastor. Because Michael is rich. I wanted my daughter to marry into his family, that's all. Silence. Officer 1, you call yourself a pastor? Fake pastor. No, I'm not a real pastor. Pastor is just what people call me. It's just a name. Everyone in the room looked disgusted. Outside the interrogation room, Michael's heart broke as he heard everything. His fists trembled, his jaw clenched. He slowly walked into the room where his mother was sitting in silence. Michael, you let yourself get used by a fraud. You believed a man who isn't even a pastor, and you nearly killed the woman who carries your grandchild? His mother wept, ashamed. Michael, coldly, I will never forgive you. He turned his back on her, walking away without another word. He left the station, got into his car, and drove straight back to the hospital. When he got there, she was still sleeping. A few minutes later, she woke up and Michael immediately walked over to her. She looked sad. At the same time, she saw that Michael was not only sad, but also visibly angry. Grace, speaking softly, I hope you haven't done something stupid. Michael, don't worry yourself. Don't speak. Just relax. Grace felt worried. Grace, what did you do? Michael, I just took care of the problem. Grace, what do you mean you took care of the problem? Michael, I got Mom locked up. Grace, alarmed. No, don't do that. Michael, what do you mean I shouldn't do that? I almost lost you and our child. Grace slowly touched her stomach and tried to smile, but her cheeks still hurt. She reached for him. Grace, please, get her released. Michael, sorry, no, I can't do that. Grace kept insisting. Michael gently placed his hand on her lips. Michael, relax. When you get better, we can talk about that. For now, get some rest. After 2 days of staying in the hospital and being checked by the doctors, Grace was finally discharged. They went home together. Michael took care of her tenderly. Every time Grace tried to bring up his mother's issue and asked him to get her released, Michael would always silence her by placing his hand on her lips and telling her to relax. She never argued with him. However, she could still see the anger in his eyes, even if he didn't speak much. A full week had passed and Grace couldn't take it anymore. One morning, she quietly sneaked out of the house and went straight to the police station. When she arrived, she spoke with the officers. Grace, I was the victim who got attacked and I want to drop the charges. Please, let her out. The police officers looked at her in surprise. Grace firmly. I'm no longer pressing charges against Michael's mom, Catherine. I want her released. The same goes for the other lady, Cynthia. After the necessary paperwork and formalities, the charges were officially dropped. Catherine, along with Cynthia, was released from custody. When both women came out of the police station, they immediately dropped to their knees, pleading and apologizing to Grace. The police asked Grace, what about the man? She responded, keep him locked up. He manipulated both of them. He's responsible for everything. Michael's mother, Catherine, kept apologizing to Grace with tears in her eyes. Grace then turned to Cynthia. Grace, you can go home. After that, she took Catherine along with her. At first, Catherine refused to follow. Catherine, fearfully, Michael will kill me if I follow you. Grace, no, he won't. Come with me. She gently pulled her along. When they arrived home, Michael was already there. It looked like he had just gotten back. The moment he saw Catherine, his expression changed. His eyes flared with anger. Michael, angrily, how can you bring this same woman into our house when she almost got you and our baby killed? Grace, calmly, let her be. She was manipulated. Michael, that's exactly why she shouldn't be here. If she could be manipulated once by a fake pastor, she could be manipulated again. He didn't want to forgive her. He was ready to throw her out of the house. But then, he noticed Grace looking weak and stressed. Catherine kept pleading. Catherine. Michael, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. Grace, come on, forgive her. Michael, don't force it on me, please. He walked toward Grace and gently touched her shoulder. Michael, it's time for you to rest. Then, for the first time, he addressed his mother by her name. Michael, coldly, Catherine, get out of my house. Grace, frustrated, stop that already, Michael. He looked at her, saw how exhausted she was, and had no other choice. Michael, quietly, she can stay in the guest room. He then took Grace to their bedroom so she could rest. Catherine continued pleading for an entire month. Then one day, with Grace's help, Michael finally forgave her. From that day on, Grace and Catherine grew closer, forming a bond, like that of a mother and daughter. A few months later, Grace gave birth to a handsome baby boy. Everything began to go smoothly again. Meanwhile, the fake pastor was sentenced to 10 years in prison. Moral lessons. Not all pastors are truly pastors. Not everything you're told is real. Question it before believing. Now, a question to reflect on. If you were Grace, would you forgive Michael's mother, Catherine, for what she did?